So every team's played one game. Some of them even played two in the CAF U20 competitions. Let's talk about what we've seen so far, guys. Welcome to, I don't know what this is called. We're just talking about games that we've seen. Everyone has played one game so far. It's even some have played two just because Group A has 5 teams, not 4. So let's look about what we've seen in terms of what the games have told us. We had our first games on the 27th, Zambia drawing Sierra Leone at 0-0. Not much of the action of that game, to be honest. More of an even game, with Sierra Leone taking a little bit more of the possession. I think they gave a good warning of what they could be, but only 2 shots on target to 4 for Zambia. Not much in terms of acting. Not much happening there. Then you had Egypt getting a 1-0 victory over South Africa. Egypt scoring in the 67th minute, but the majority of the game, Egypt sitting defensively playing well, but Mohamed El Haddad scoring in the 62nd minute. South Africa winning everything in terms of shots, possessions, shots on target, passes, accuracy, even less fouls. Unfortunately, in this type of a game, Egypt did what they did well, which is play well defensively, capitalize on their chances, leaving them up 1-0 in that match. But later in Group A, we had our second set of matchups. Because there's 5 teams again, we had some more. We had Sierra Leone over Egypt with an interesting result there, which opens this group up to very interesting possibilities. Right. Momo Kamara scoring in the 63rd, 66th, and the 98th minutes, as well as Saliuba in the 76th minute, and then Ahmed Suleiman in the 45th plus 5, so about the 50th minute in that game. In this game, evenly matched, but in terms of possession, but Sierra Leone peppering the shots, 26 shots to 15, both with 7 on target. An even game, to be honest, but it just on this date, Sierra Leone were able to convert their chances a little bit better. That puts them in a very solid spot. They are tied with Egypt. Well, not tied. They are ahead of Egypt with 4 points to Egypt's 3. And then South Africa gain a win later in Group A over Tanzania. And in this game, this was South Africa continuing what they did versus Egypt. More possession. You had Shaquille April scoring. While I was watching that matchup, I was wondering, it looks like South Africa is doing well. Can Tanzania do anything? And then Shaquille April scores. South Africa really doing a good job of converting. I think the question with them is they're really shaping up to be a team that wants to do more in possession with the ball. But they're going to have to be clinical one of these games, more so. Because ultimately, they're going to have possession, but if they can't finish, they will finish on the outside. Then, so we get to Group B. Nigeria over Tunisia, 1-0. With Awal Ibrahim in the 38th minute. Tunisia, in terms of... Oh, wow. So Nigeria gets a 1-0 win over Tunisia. More shots, more possession for them. Tunisia's trying to sit back and be a little bit more dangerous on the counter. Unable to do so in this game. And again, Awal Ibrahim with the 38th minute goal puts Nigeria up 1-0. I think the game of the tournament for me so far was this Morocco Kenya matchup. For me, our group chat was live for that. One of our, if again you guys don't know, my 2 best friends are from Gambia and Kenya, so whenever they're playing, we're throwing things in the chat and we are holding on for days. But in this game, props to Kenya. Hassan Beja on the counter, creating opportunities for Kenya. Kenya almost got the job done. That third goal, I think people look at it, for Morocco will look at it and say, should that have been the occurrence? In that sequence of play, you have a Moroccan player who misses a strike on net in the box, strikes a Kenyan player. The ref says play on. The Kenyan players are looking for a stoppage of play. A Moroccan player sees the loose ball, is able to shoot it into the far post. It goes in. It goes to VAR and it's given to them. That's the goal that breaks a deadlock again. 3-2 for Morocco, who were the better team, but Kenya were not a pushover or a walkthrough, which to me tells me this group is going to be fascinating in terms of what comes through. But in that game, again, we're using Google stats here, so please keep that in mind. 23 shots to 17, 9 on target for Morocco to 7 for Kenya, 62% possession, 410 passes, less fouls and the likes. 4 corners to nothing. Kenya, though they have finished in second, they are in third place right now and lost that game. I think they are in great position to be a side that's shown that they can hit on that counter. And I think they will not go away quietly. Then we talked about those two. And then in our final group, we had Senegal and Central African Republic drawing both second half goals in that matchup. Central African Republic defending as best as they could, but getting a late equalizer, while Senegal had the bulk of possession again, but unable to find the goal that set them apart. 18 shots, 3 on target tells a very good story of players who just weren't clinical, and we'll go from there.
Then you had Ghana drawing with the Democratic Republic of Congo 1-1. DR Congo gets the scoring done early, but then Ghana equalizes all in the first half. And honestly, this game was a very even game. I think the story of the game was both teams had spells where they were in control, but just finishing on frame was just a difficulty, and it just leaves everything open. And so now you have all your groups looking very interesting in terms of what they could be and what possibilities can come, because everything is still open like this. Group C is basically a group of life. Group B is kind of pushing its way there, and Group A is starting to have a little bit of separation. Group C, very much whoever can get a win first opens up their possibilities, because again, top 2 is safe, and then it's the next third place teams that move forward. So for a group like Group C, top 2 is just life, and you just need a win or just continue to pile up positive results. But yeah, that's CAF Men's U20 so far. You guys let me know what's been looking well for you, which players have stood out, and as always, I'm gonna stop talking right here.
Oh yeah, happy birthday, Clinton.
Happy birthday, Clinton.